Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is episode 93 in the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series. Going right to the Bible, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint. So guys, let's wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the promises. You read the Bible and sometimes it doesn't always seem like it's blowing up, coming to fruition in your life. But be patient and wait upon the Lord, and His blessings will rain upon you as you grow patient, and especially when you come into His will and your life is more in line with His desires for your life. And, I love this one from Sun Tzu, and it applies to me so much today. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. And it's like, Zach, how are you applying that to personal growth on your channel here? What are you talking about? It's like, Zach, stop resisting. Stop fighting a battle that you're resisting your own efforts. It's like I said where I went out and ate ice cream the other night. It's like, okay, don't kick yourself in the ass too hard for it. Move on and grow, but at the same time, it's like, what are you doing? Are you wanting to win? Are you wanting this victory greater than you want some? And I'm just gonna call it a drug more than anything else. I mean, the chemicals in the sugars and the carbs that they've made them so addicting and so desirable and hyper palatable. So guys, anyway, I talked about it. I wasn't on last night. I was on the night before, and I was kind of bummed out and up and down and kind of struggling. Today, I just had an amazing day, maybe the very slight bipolar Zach in me is, but I'm learning to embrace the struggle and then enjoy the good days, So today was really a good day. So I ate 5 days this time, if you were on a couple nights ago. I said I went out to dinner with my son, and so that would have been my first day of fasting, but I had planned it out for weeks, so I knew I was going to be eating that day. So I just changed it up a little bit. So instead of on day 3 right now fasting, I'm on day 2. So I have not bummed out about that at all. We're going to see what kind of results we can get out of this. I feel like even though I ate a ton of ice cream, that I ate pretty good on my last rotation, and then like I said, the fifth day was only the one meal and then the ice cream. So I think I cleared it out pretty good. So, my habits are still developing, guys. I finished up, I'm going to skip to my last note here. I finished up Declare War on Yourself. If you listen to me talking about that Audible book, which what was the author's name? Can't remember his name right now. Awesome book, though. I highly recommend it. And I'd read about this before, just things like, not hitting the snooze and making your bed in the morning. And like I said before, with the whole theme of the book is like, get your act together in every way you can imagine. And part of that is to just, and I'm talking about the habits and I'm tying these together, is to not just say, hey, I want to start working out more. I want to save money more. I want to do 20 push-ups a day. I want to lose 50 pounds. All these ways of stating goals and desires are not very effective, because let's say I want to do 20 push-ups a day. You have to say exactly when. Like, I'm going to wake up, turn the alarm off, make my bed, knock out 20 push-ups, go brush my teeth. This is the type of routine I'm wanting to, I want to use the word perfect, but I don't really enjoy that word much. I really love Mike Singletary. He said, strive for excellence, because striving for perfection will drive you nuts, basically. So anyway, I'm having a great day. I'm learning. I'm thinking about, I was thinking about it last night, but then I forgot to do it when I woke up this morning, and I hit snooze. And so either, if you got an alarm set 20 minutes early, I understand you're setting the alarm to hit snooze. That's not the secret. Okay, we know you're setting it, but it's still a psychological game that you're playing with yourself. I'm going to set an alarm to not wake up, and then I'm gonna not do what the alarm is intended to do, which is wake me. You say, yeah, but Zach, I'm trying to wake up and then go back to sleep and then wake up. it's subconsciously getting into you that you're not responding to the keys that are, you know, signaling you to do something, to take action. And when you, and the opposite of that is when you will just, and I've done it before, and I did it for months, and I had very good success, and I was thinking one of the things I did when I said I've been on a routine like this for less time and lost way more weight, one thing I was doing then was I was waking up within 5 seconds of my alarm going off. So the alarm, and really I would actually, because I usually urinate the second I wake up, so I would hit the alarm, and I'd hear the alarm, and my mind would just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I would already be in the bathroom in 5 seconds. It was in my other house. The bathroom was close. This one's even closer. I could probably be there in 4 seconds. So day 2 of the fast, diet, I'm 0 carbs today, you know, no food. I did take some fasting salts today. So and last time they seemed to really make me feel much better on the 4th day. So it's only day 2, and I had all that sugar in me. But I can tell when the sugar's gone if I like stand up real fast or something, which I did at work today. And it was just the very faintest lightheadedness, which is also dehydration. So the carbs are out of me. I'm feeling great. I didn't weigh myself, but I might not even weigh myself on the 4th day this time. I might just wait, and we'll see what I do. So I'm still developing. I still take the cold showers every day. I still brush my teeth with H2O2. I haven't mentioned it as much. I told you how I make my salads with the salad dressing. I make it olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and spicy brown mustard. You could skip the mustard, and it's awesome with the oil and the vinegar by itself. But the mustard just gives it like an emulsifier. Plus, I like the taste of mustard anyway. So that's awesome on your salad. So I hadn't really brought up how healthy and beneficial apple cider vinegar is if you buy into it. And I first learned about it and I'm going to bring up this website. You know, I'm not promoting them exactly, but if you want to go check them out, it's called earthclinic.com. And it's where I first learned about a lot of these things, like the hydrogen peroxide use, the apple cider vinegar, and some other things. What else? There's just a bunch of like natural remedies and home remedies, and just say, for example, it'll say, you know, whatever it is, some ailment, and it'll list all these natural remedies, and then people can comment on it. I tried this, it worked. I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it kind of, you know, so. And you can look through all these different physical ailments, let's say, because it has a search bar where you can just look up all kinds of stuff. Men's health issues, women's health issues, everybody. And apple cider vinegar and peroxide are 2 of the ones that are all over the page for natural and, you know, healing and cures and remedies and whatever you want to call them. I'm not calling them a cure or anything, but, you know, I'm not even naming what it is. But apple cider vinegar is known to, and I haven't been doing it lately, but this is why I'm saying I'm still developing all these healthy habits and the routine that I really want to get down. When I'm drinking my water at work, I want to, and I've done it in the past, is you just add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I used to take it orally, or just like with a tablespoon, and then because I learned on it on earthclinic.com like 15 years ago or something, maybe more than that. And well, then after some years and decades went by, they discovered, you know, it's damaging your esophagus to take it straight up like that. So then they changed the recommendation to putting that teaspoon in. Like, take a drink of your bottle of water, and then I use the cap and just put a capful in there and then drink it throughout the day. And you can do it multiple times. You have to check it out and see how much you should do. Like, I buy apple cider vinegar by the gallon because, you know, I use it in the water, use it in the salad dressing, and there's some other beneficial uses for it as well. So, as these episodes continue on in the next 10 or 15 episodes here, once this series wraps up on April 1st, I will have my routine down by April 1st. I'm going to have it written out. I'm not going to go into the super greatest detail with the, like, you know, I bought a planner and I just didn't start panning out with it quite yet, but I'm going to start using it more to just schedule my workouts. Not like, hey, I'm going to hit the gym on Monday. It's like, no, you don't do that. You write gym Monday, this time, this is the workout, this is the routine, bring your water bottle, bring your running shoes, you know, whatever. And really make it specific. Not that you're just going to do some random workout, you know, and Then I'm going to work out, you know, I'm going to run Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to lift weights Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm going to run sprints this day. I'm going to do it back and bis this day, chest and tries this day. These are the workouts I'm going to do. And be, you know, if you want to get that detailed. But at least have, I'm going to the gym this day, this time, and doing this workout. Well, you know, and I like to do, like for today, let's go on here. I did, so I was pretty busy in the morning, and then on my first break, I went on 10:30, and I did 400-meter sprints. So like one lap around the track. I was on the treadmill in the gym at my work. So, and so I walked a little warm up, then I ran a sprint, and I'm talking about, you know, jogging, you know, for me is sprinting. So I think the fastest I ran was like 8 miles an hour. And then I walked a lap, and then I sprinted a lap, and then I walked a lap, and I sprinted a lap. And I did that like four times, except the last time I didn't walk a lap. I just took like a little minute break to get my heart rate back down, and then because it was taking so long to walk the lap, took like, you know, 5 minutes. I just wanted to get more running in, because then on my second break at 5 p.m., I went in there and blew up chest and tries and did like supersets. If you know what superset is, this is you go from one exercise to the next. So we set up like flat bench press and tricep extensions. 4 sets of each, 10 reps, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Then we did incline dumbbell press with overhead tricep extensions, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, with pretty light weights. You know, you're doing a lot of reps. I really, and it really swells you up, and it's burning calories, and it's almost cardio because you're doing so. There's no break. There's a break in between. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Then you take like a minute break, and then you do the next superset. Take a minute break, do the next superset. So we did 4 sets of 10 on 2 different machines, 3 different times. And I did do a little walking warm-up, like a 5-minute walk warm-up for that. For that workout, for that second workout of the day. So I was loving that. So that was like a hit workout with the 400-meter sprints. Got my heart rate up to the 140, 150 range. And then got her all the way back down to under 100. And then up to the 140, 150, all the way back down to under 100. So that's what a high-intensity interval training is. And that's, in my opinion, and some of the doctors I've watched on YouTube, they tend to agree. There's all, you can jump rope, you could do jumping jacks, you could do mountain climbers, you could do burpees. Like burpees is a great one too if you're good at them. I'm not good at them, but for me the easiest way to get my heart rate up is to just sprint and sprint it. Watch your heart rate; it gets up there, and monitor like how far you need to run at what speed. So I know if I run a 400-meter sprint at 8 miles an hour. My heart rate's going to be around 150. So I have it written down here again, even though it was part of the Sun Tzu quote, is to stop resisting myself. Like, it's actually come to me subconsciously over the decades that I've been working out, and because I was in great shape, and then I was out of shape, and then I was in pretty good shape, and then out of shape, and pretty good shape, and out of shape, so many times in my life. And it has actually come to my mind, like, Zach, are you literally... Because I'm pretty confident, like I come across pretty cocky to a lot of people, and some people I'm purposely very cocky because they don't get it. I don't like them and I want them to go away. So I just be very cocky with them, and it works amazing. It gets them out of your life completely. And then they can just move on, and then they don't have to bother me anymore. And then I didn't have to fight or argue, It's a kind of a tricky, sneaky little way to get them out of your life. But the reality is I am pretty confident in myself anyway. And I think in the past, and I'm over it now, but in the past, I've like, Zach, if you really don't want to be fit and in shape, and you're going to be so cocky and it's just so overconfident and so self-centered, people are just going to, you're just going to, well, that's all right. Like Grant Cardone said, if you got 10 haters, get yourself 20. So, because you're going to find people that are on your level. Like, why are you trying to succumb to these people that are trying to drag you down? These haters, these wannabes, these nobodies. Like, be who you want to be somebody, go for it, get it. And find the people that want to get it with you, So, great workouts today. Just felt so good today. And I didn't even sleep good last night. I was up past midnight, but, well, I must have slept good. I couldn't fall asleep right away. So, key for today, stop resisting. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. And who's the enemy? When you're trying to get in shape, it's like you are. It's all in your head, right? This is not what do I do physically. This is not Zach. How many sprints do I run? What is your chest and triceps workout? It's like, who cares about that? That is the icing on the cake. That's the 5 to 10% bonus fitness. where the real fitness and health, and health is much more important than like physical fitness, is the diet. Drinking water, count that, that's your diet, and eating healthy fats and healthy proteins and healthy carbohydrates. It's all there. And my next note is to just let this thing happen. Like I walked in the door, hour ago, whatever, whenever I got home from work, and I just had this flash. I don't know if I think I saw like the butter or the garbage or something reminded me of food as soon as I walked in the door. And it was a flash in my mind to get something to eat. I just eat a little, it comes in your mind when you're fasting. But I'm telling, I snipered that thought out of my brain in a quarter of a second. I was like, nah, that ain't what we doing. We taking this. And since yesterday, I've been feeling better because I was a little down the other day, like I said. It's almost like you kind of just tell your emotions to shut the hell up and just, I'm doing this. And I want to even compare it to the Stoic quotes I've used in the past and just the whole Stoic philosophy of, not overindulging. And of course, not overindulging in food is going to benefit your health, And, not even like overindulging in entertainment, overindulging in like social media or watching the TV. And I thought about it today too, thinking more about your finances. People are like, I can't afford this. I can't afford like something that would be beneficial. Like, hey, I think you should invest $100 of your paycheck every week into a whatever. Just like I use a Stash or Acorn or whatever those. They're pretty secure and safe and easy. I'd probably feel secure enough up to 100,000 or 150,000 in one of those apps without worrying too much about the safety of my money. But it's going to be there, and so it made me think about all the details. Like I have, like just name all the, like you have internet. I think my internet is around $50 a month here, maybe 55 something at Expedia or not Expedia, Xfinity. But then it's like I have. And in the past, I've had even more. Let me name them in the past. So I've had like Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime. What was the other one? I had like 5 of them at once. And even now, I canceled a couple of them. Peacock. And there was another one too. I had 5 of them at once. And they're all, between, I don't know, 8 and 10. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, how are you managing your finances, dude? You don't even know how much they all cost. So I'm down to... Amazon Prime is because of free shipping from Amazon, but I'm down to just Netflix, right? I don't have Hulu, I don't have Peacock. So I'm down to Netflix, and I watch a lot of YouTube. I am considering because the YouTube's free, that's just, I don't have YouTube Premium or YouTube TV or anything. So the $55 a month is for my internet, and I can watch just about anything you need to watch. That's going to be educational and beneficial. It's not going to be on Netflix. It's going to be on YouTube. So, and even though Netflix, I think I have it on 2 devices, so I can watch it on like a TV and laptop at the same time or something like that. It might be $10 a month, but it's really it's paying attention to the details, and it's a waste of time anyway. It's not just you're going to save $10 a month. That's how you're going to solve your finances, Zach. It's like, no. It's going to be a drop in the bucket in the right direction, 1. And 2, it's going to be more time. I don't have time to go to the gym, but you had time to watch, 5 episodes of Game of Thrones, binge watching, Breaking Bad. You had time for all that, and you don't have 45 minutes to go crush it at the gym, supersetting and sprinting. God, that might be my new favorite verse. Superset sprints. I like to sprint first, though, because when my muscles are all shot from working out, I can't sprint as good. So just let this out. So, okay, I finished the book, Declare War on Yourself. It was yesterday, I think. Yeah, I finished that yesterday. So today, great book. I was sitting there, I was listening to it, finishing it up, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about that on my channel. And then, so I'm bragging about my short-term memory, guys. I don't remember, all the details of what I wanted to talk about, but it's just a lot of motivational, get your act together. This, And, you know, like everything I just talked about, like canceling Netflix and being and waking up and hitting the snooze. It was all part of declaring war on yourself. So today I was like, where am I going to start in the Bible? You know, and I've mentioned it on this channel that I've read the Bible front to back. I don't want to exaggerate, you know. I don't want to say 20 times. Maybe it's not even 10 times, but a good few times. Let's say, you know, between 5 and 10 times. I've read it from front to back. And I've read the New Testament from front to back, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Much shorter, much more. When you're a new Christian, you know, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever it was. You know, just getting all them Jesus stories and all those apostles and all those epistles and just killing it. So anyway, I started just right off on Genesis chapter 1, you know, the beginning of the Bible. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the surface of the waters. And God said, let there be light. So, and I got all the way to chapter 27. So, that's where I'm at in the Bible. You know, it starts, you know, the first 6 chapters of Genesis, we could probably do a little more in-depth discussion on that, but I'm no preacher, guys. I'm just encourage you to read the Bible on your own. I encourage you to study the Bible. Consider talking to Jesus and God, and just say, hey, you know, I've not been a believer, but maybe you can prove it to me. You know, maybe you can help me see that you are real. This is what I did. You know, I was a teenager, and I was screwed up in the head big time, and I was looking out the window at the full moon, and my life was just falling apart, it felt like, and I just asked God to can you prove to me any way, because if you're real, I'll serve you. And the very next day, the phone rings, and somebody on the other end of the phone says, are you ready to give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ? And I broke out crying. I had no idea how did God put this together, you know? And that's why I say, like, if you want to deny God, he's going to give you more than ample opportunity to deny he exists. He's going to deny you because he's not going to force you. And if it was so obvious, then it'd be forced. If you could look in a telescope and see the throne of God and Jesus sitting at the right hand and Satan behind Jesus, where Jesus has put him, being held by Michael the archangel, we're all about, you know, if you could see all that, there'd be no debating about the Bible being true. It'd be just, you know, factual evidence that you can see right there. But that's not faith. We're here to choose God. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the belief in things unseen. So it is actually vital that we believe in the unseen. That is, the Bible's talking all about. This is not, you can't see the spirit world. In fact, the word for like spirit in the Hebrew or the Greek, it's pneuma, like where we get our word air. So it's like, you know, you're trying to, you know, they're translating, their God's giving us just an example of what it is, but that, you know, the Spirit of God is not air. But that's what we have to, you know, something you can't see. You can look right through the air. So, anyways, guys, that was about all my notes for today. I want to emphasize, though, when you do good, you know, like when you vote for yourself, when you make a positive step in the right direction, it really snowballs, you know. And it's just like I said, I understand, like, let's say I saw this show and this man had to be, God, he was humongous. Do people get up to 1,000 pounds? I can't remember. He was so huge, though. He was bedridden, you know, like bigger than a king size. You know, he's just laying there, you know, unable to move. And his wife was just feeding him buckets and buckets of chicken. And people just don't understand how that can be. But not that I was ever that overweight, you know, but I mean, I was 315 pounds. I was up there. So I really can identify, not with how, you know, I mean, you got to give up at some point, right? Like I found out I had diabetes and I turned it around and said, I got to cure this and I got to lose weight. But I can see how the overweight makes you depressed, and the depressed makes you overweight, and you know, the eating ice cream makes you not go to the gym, and not going to the gym makes you eating ice cream. And these are feedback loops. And there's negative feedback loops and positive feedback loops. So I worked out today, which is going to make me feel better tomorrow, which is going to make me drink my water, which is going to make me take my fasting salts, which is going to make me hit the snooze, or not hit the snooze, and jump right out of bed. it's a positive feedback loop. I feel good, so I'm going to the gym, and I'm going to the gym. I go to the gym, so I feel good, and then I feel good, so I go to the gym. It's a positive feedback loop. You know why I believe too, because I'm on a second day of fasting. When I ran the 5K the other day, it was on during the eating week. It was during, I had eaten for a few days and then ran it. Where today I just ran sprints and on 2 days of fasting, and my legs felt better. My pace, my breathing was better. I mean, I felt like, man, if I would have done the 5K today, I would have ran it way faster, guys. I mean, when I was at the gym running the 5K, I never ran over like 5.5 miles an hour, and I ran all the way down to like 4.8 miles an hour, which is like a really slow jog. I normally tell myself that you can never run less than 5 miles an hour. You got to run like 5.1 miles an hour or faster. And today I was kicking quarter miles at 8 miles an hour. I didn't even look up what mile pace that would be. And I couldn't have ran that fast for a mile or 2 or 3. A 5K is 3.12 miles. But my point is, I was doing it, and I could have ran. I felt great. My breathing was fine. My heart rate, even when I got my heart rate up to 150, I wasn't hyperventilating or anything. I mean, my hemoglobin and myoglobin must really be learning to transport oxygen more efficiently, because even with my heart rate way up, I was just breathing normal. I could have talked to you, talk to the person next to me, no problem. So get the habits down, get the routine down, get those positive feedback loops in your life, get those negative feedback loops out of your life. Like the story I told months ago about, the baby crawling to the edge of the couch and falling off the couch and getting hurt, and then believing couches are bad, and that's an example of a negative feedback loop. Or I've heard one where like a woman was, or a man or a woman is dating, and then they get their heart broken, and then they associate the men or the women or whoever they're dating, whatever sexual orientation you are, I don't care. But for me, it'd be like if I've had my heart broken by the last 2 women I dated, but I don't hold it against women. I know there's great, wonderful, loving, caring, sharing. I'm going to find the woman of my dreams someday, and probably soon. I'm positive. I'm energetic. I went down the wrong road. You know what? And I was drifting off the path, and I stumbled and I fell, and I got back up, and I'm getting right back on the right path. And I'm not going to change. I listen to these dating advice, or how to win a woman, or how to I don't even know. I don't want to disrespect women. I love women. They're wonderful. When you find the right one, it's a beautiful thing. But my point is, I don't want to have to change myself dramatically anymore. I was willing to do so in the past to be with a woman. If I have to change myself that dramatically, and the same with the woman. If I was dating a woman and she's like, well, I'll do this, and then I'll change this and this and this. It's like, no, you're not gonna. If you didn't do it for yourself before we even met, you're not gonna do it for me. And if you do, it's not healthy anyway, because you should have loved yourself. If it was something you didn't want to do, then you should have already been, not been doing it. For me, for example, like quitting smoking, greatly reducing drinking, working out more, staying positive, staying energetic, getting up when you fall down, and then if you're with a partner that, let's just say I was dating a woman that was over here every night or lived with me, although I can't imagine it's 2 people living in this tiny apartment, that didn't want to work out and didn't want to eat right and ate candy and ice cream all the time. And, never wanted to leave the house, never, let's say I dated her for a year and we never went to the gym one single time together. We went to 2 walks together in a year. Oh, wait, I'm talking about my last girlfriend. She's a wonderful woman. I'm giving the example of I was with the wrong person willingly. It wasn't her. It was me. She's not a gym. She was ripped. She looked like a CrossFit ripped, and she never worked out and never went to the gym. She was just naturally high energy, and she ran around and worked hard, and she kept herself fit like that. My point is, I'm not willing to be in a relationship like that anymore, even a little bit. Oh, it's 90% good. I'll put up with the 10% bad. It's like, nope, not compromising 10% of my values, 10% of my morals, 10% of my life to a negative situation. You know, it's either going to be, and yes, I'm not saying I'm not unwilling to compromise or, you know, share feelings and emotions and communicate and, you know, do all the good things. It's all good. Having a discussion with your wife or significant other, girlfriend, whoever, is not a negative thing. That's, you know, that's not the 10% I'm talking about. I'm saying, you know, like my ex-girlfriend, it was 90% good, but the 10% that was bad was really bad. You know, drinking all day, smoking all day, never working out, you know, and it's like I had to learn to not accept that in my life, in my reality. Wish the best for her. I hope she finds a great man that can, you know, that is a better fit for her, and you know, and she's happy. She has a couple kids that could really use a positive man in their life. And that was another mistake I made, you know, to believe that, you know, like it's my job to save somebody or to, you know, to be, you know, you know, after I met them and they're so, you know, they needed a guy in their life big time. And after dating her for a year, they were a lot better. But maybe not my job, right? Maybe not my responsibility, or not, I don't want to say it like that. It shouldn't have been why I stayed in the relationship is what I'm getting at. Like if it wasn't working with the woman and it's like, well, these kids need me. It's like, okay, you're not doing those kids any justice to stay with their mother when you don't have a positive relationship, you know, to begin with. It's just going to show these young men, these young boys that, you know, this is a negative relationship. That's what one looks like, you know. I just compare it to growing up with my parents, you know, being raised by my parents. I mean, I remember them getting along a little bit when I was very little, like less than 10. No, even between 5 and 10, I remember them fighting nonstop, all the time, yelling, screaming, fighting, throwing things, you know, hitting each other. It was just really bad. And it's like, well, of course I never hit a woman in my life. I never raised my voice to my ex-wife. I was married for 10 years. Never touched her. Never let her finger on her. Never rose my voice. So it does not perpetuate itself. But I didn't learn what a healthy relationship. You know, I just went complete opposite. You know, and then it was like no communication and no resolving issues. And instead of yelling to resolve the issue, it was like, don't resolve the issue. Instead of learning a healthy way to communicate and be in a relationship, it was almost like ignore the relationship because, you know, then it'll work, then it'll just last forever. And I literally believed that back then. You know, I wasn't physically attracted to my ex-wife, but I was like, you know, we have these kids, and she was, you know, somewhat intelligent of a woman. You know, I didn't mind her intellect, and she had some sense of humor, you know, which not a lot of women get my sense of humor or even have a sense of humor. I seem to attract women with not much of a sense of humor, or I have in the past. I'm going to change that up now. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. Jump on board with Jesus, guys. He loves you. I love you. And I will catch up with you guys tomorrow evening.